simply enjoy reporting the facts and information that exist. With that, today we focus on the email server, the flip-flopping, the corruption, and the man at the center of it all. Join us as we have a look at John Podesta's emails centered around Hillary Clinton and find out just what the fuss is about. WikiLeaks is a household name these days, though many still don't know or really understand what it is or what they do, what they've done, and exactly what they're capable of. But in a nutshell, a man sits in the Ecuadorian embassy embarrassing people with his ability to stay free while releasing all of their secrets, including those of presidential candidate Hillary Clinton and the emails that she tried to destroy from her now infamous private server. The man at the center of things is her campaign chair, John Podesta, and as the campaign lingers, more and more of their email interactions are coming to the surface in batches, revealing lies, deception, and more. Corrupted media in Hillary's pocket. In April of 2015, a correspondent for Politico named Glenn Thrush sent an article to John Podesta before it was to be released. Thrush wanted to make sure that what he had written was copacetic in the eyes of Hillary's campaign, in an effort to give her some cover with liberals. In one of his opening lines, he states that he's sending the entire section on Hillary and discreetly asks Podesta not to inform anyone of his actions. Podesta simply responded that he didn't have any problems with it, and it went on to print. So much for being unbiased, media. Moving on to more about having the media in her pocket, many of the Podesta emails tie her to, quote, friendly journalists, willing to make sure she's elected. Media meltdown. Donald Trump has long claimed that the media is biased, corrupted, and in Hillary's purse, and he might be right. Podesta emails show a plethora of interactions that include the New York Times, who are also guilty of sending articles to Podesta pre-published for the campaign's editing. Frank Islam of the Huffington Post wrote to Podesta saying that he was fully dedicated to making Hillary the next president, and after his email, he set out to write several scathing articles about Trump. Emails also reveal that the Washington Post participated in secret Democratic fundraisers for Clinton. Politico writer Maggie Haberman was shown in Podesta emails to support the campaign and claimed that she would put forth an effort to shape the narrative in Hillary's favor. Glenn Hutchins of CNBC consulted with Podesta in one email to find out what kind of questions he could ask Donald Trump, who would be calling into his program later that day. Aside from these revelations, columnists from The Guardian, namely Jessica Valente and Sadie Doyle, along with MTV News correspondent Jamil Smith, were invited to attend Bernie backlash meetings that were put on by the Clinton campaign as a way to strategize Hillary's position and presentation. Other organizations like the Boston Globe, the Steve Harvey Show, the Business Insider, the AP, and NBC, along with a string of other media outlets, were implicated in Podesta emails and even given off-the-record parties as appreciation of their support for the campaign. And as of the time of this recording, it's been released that COO Sheryl Sandberg of Facebook is even in Hillary's pocket and wants to do whatever she can to support the campaign. Hillary might actually support the Keystone Pipeline. The Keystone Pipeline has been a center of controversy and the thorn in the Democrats' side for as long as anyone can remember, but it's actually been in existence running from Canada to the southern United States since the year 2010. The real issue is the XL portion, which is argued against by environmentalists and, as recently as 2015, was denied by President Barack Obama. It would be shortly after that an email chain circulated surrounding Hillary's apparent support of the XL line, saying that the campaign staffers needed to figure out a way to say that she doesn't support it without actually saying it, because she needs to publicly support Obama no matter what. But then again, Hillary's also on record as comparing herself to Abraham Lincoln, and having one stance on something in private and another in public. Sometimes the questions are rigged. Emails in 2007 show a very peculiar exchange between Podesta and Tom Matzy of MoveOn.org, that apparently shows that Matsi was in collaboration with Podesta to plant questions with reporters to actually bait them to ask what the campaign wanted at events, as well as to make the conversation sway in Hillary's favor. Matsi simply remarked through his Twitter that it was a way to test attacks on both parties and shrugged the whole thing off. But then, what about Matsi's involvement in poll rigging? That's right. In another email from 2008, Matsi discusses oversampling the polls and fixing the data to give Clinton the edge. It also shows that Matsi worked in cahoots with Atlas Polling to get the data fixed in Clinton's favor. Sticking with the questions in advance motif, there's great speculation that for the Democratic debates that saw Hillary knock Bernie out of the race, that she was actually getting the questions in advance from the Democratic National Committee chair, Donna Brazile. In email exchanges between Brazile and the Clinton campaign, the DNC chair remarked about how she sometimes got questions ahead of time. And one particular email includes a question about the death penalty being banned in several states. Aside from this, she apparently also passed along emails that she received from Bernie's campaign, which included his strategy to win over the African American vote. Brazile, when confronted, said that it was all false, and claims that WikiLeaks emails are altered. But experts who have reviewed the cryptographic signatures vouch for their authenticity. And speaking of screwing over Bernie, more debate rigging. Podesta emails also reveal that the reason that the now infamous Univision-sponsored debate went so well for Hillary is because she was rubbing elbows with its owner. Univision's chair, Haim Saban, apparently contacted Podesta ahead of time to talk about how Hillary should approach the Latino vote, giving her strategies to win them over, and even rigging the moderators to put her in a better light during the event. After the debate, Saban and Podesta made exchanges congratulating each other, talking about the sense of relief and looking forward to the future. Strange though, as Podesta has been cited in his emails as calling Latinos needy, and even referring to the former governor of New Mexico with a derogatory slander. Hillary actually hates Catholics. Certain Podesta emails talk of a strategy between campaign staffers over the Catholic vote, and refers to the people involved in its religion as being backwards. Talked about attracting them to the Christian sense of living, and even discussed their contempt with the religion. Getting cozy with the enemy. Hillary has long taken a stance on women's rights, equality, and fighting for them to be seen as strong figures in everything from business to home life. But some of the Podesta emails reveal a very different picture, including her money dealings with places like Saudi Arabia and Qatar, gifts and money given to her husband, and discussions about choice investments in Haiti. Qatar then subsequently received a 1,000% increase in exports of weaponry from the United States, under the rule of Clinton as Secretary of State. Oh, and despite her resistance to Russia, emails also indicated that Podesta himself owns a major amount of shares in an energy company connected to Vladimir Putin. Hillary apparently doesn't see the enemy as a threat. The most recent batch of emails reveal information about Clinton's long, secretive private speeches and their content. In some speeches, she remarked on a no-fly zone over Syria that would kill lots of civilians. Also about how the United States could easily crush China with missile defense, and even went so far as to boast that she could have the Pacific Ocean renamed the American Ocean if she felt like it. She also blasted environmentalists, calling them losers who needed to get a life. In addition, other Podesta emails on WikiLeaks show the campaign actually purposely sought to make certain Republican candidates look better than others, including Trump, in order to elevate them and supposedly cut out the competition. Hillary is the ultimate backstabber. And of course, Hillary has no allegiance to anyone, it would seem, as Podesta emails also reveal that the Clinton campaign set out in an effort to pursue the Obama birther issue. Emails from 2008 show the campaign strategizing to expose Obama's Muslim roots, as well as his personal admissions of having used cocaine. Further Podesta emails also reveal that the Hillary camp suspected Obama of stuffing the ballots and committing voter fraud with ineligible voters. Oh, and those emails were from